Well, hey, Calvary San Diego Connect groups. I hope you guys are having a good week. And so listen, for today, I'm going to do a overview of the last 2 weeks because we had an amazing worship night this last week, and but we had looked at Ephesians 2:11 through 22, and then this Sunday we looked at Ephesians 3:1 through 13. And I'd like to kind of do a combo, mainly because I think that the context of Ephesians 2, the second half, is really significant. And so our notes and this will all kind of like overlap with those things. So just so you know, remember, chapter 2 showed us what Jesus has already done to make peace. And then as we got into chapter 3, Paul reminds us of why it's so worth it to serve the Lord, even at great expense. So I want to give a brief overview of Ephesians 2:11 through 22. Paul reminded the Gentiles that they used to be far off. They were outside of God's covenant, outside of hope, outside of, they were just without God. But then Paul says this, but now in Christ you've been brought near by his blood. Paul says that Jesus himself is our peace. Jesus did not negotiate a truce. Jesus tore down the middle wall that kept people apart and that kept us from God. And so at the cross, he created one new humanity. He made peace by giving both Jew and Gentile access to the same Father by one Spirit. So and this is according to Ephesians 2:11 to 22, our identity changes, not strangers, but citizens. We're no longer outsiders, we're family. We're a part of the building that God is fitting together as his dwelling. And obviously the last few weeks, we've been kind of centering on just so much tragedy, so much pain, so much horror. And I mentioned the idea that ideas are a powerful thing. It's ideas that have gotten people killed. It's ideas that have started wars. Ideas can be both powerful negatively and they can be powerful positively. I want to make this kind of warning, and we're going to talk about it. You're going to have questions to go over on this. I want to make sure we really separate the idea that Christianity is not about ideas. And in that sense, then it is not an ideology, right? A system of beliefs based on ideas. Christianity is not an ideology. Christianity is based on the person of Jesus Christ. And so therefore, a Christian idea does not defeat a bad or evil idea. That's not the way it works, right? So that's why we're not trying to combat the world's bad ideas with Jesus's good ideas. No, the Christianity is that in the face of bad ideas, in light of bad ideas or evil ideas, God himself comes down to bring rescue. I don't need a good idea to fight a bad idea. I need the person of Jesus in my life. This is why we always talk about the importance of relationship. And friends, I think this is more significant than it's ever been in most of our lives, is that we do not allow ourselves to just think that if I have a better idea, if I think about it better, then this will make things better. The truth of the matter is that I need God in my life helping me to navigate, to see, to move forward, to direct, to guide the direction that my life goes, the way I think about things, the way I communicate to people, the way I see people. I don't need a better idea to see people better. I need Jesus to help me to do that. And so that's why Jesus never said, my ideas will bring peace. My ideas are the way. My ideas are the truth. He said, I am the way. I am the truth. Paul in Ephesians 2 said that he himself is our peace. And then Paul, because of this, when we get into Ephesians chapter 3, it seems like a parenthesis, but it's really not. It's like he starts talking about a mystery and, the mystery that the Gentiles are fellow heirs and members of the same body. They are partakers of the same promise through the gospel. What Paul's getting at is this. He's like, I'm in jail. And eventually he's going to die for his belief and his commitment to the things of God. And yet, it's all worth it. Why? Because of grace. Because he has the person of Jesus. He doesn't just have a good idea, but he's got the person of Jesus directing and guiding his life. He calls his message the unsearchable riches of Christ. That is, that you could dig forever and never hit bottom. So why does God do it this way? And he says it in verse 10, so that through the church, the messiness, but this messy but grace-built family, God's manifold wisdom gets displayed. That means your local, our environment, Calvary San Diego, is a billboard of imperfect but grace-filled reconciliation through the person of Jesus to the world around us. Because of Jesus, we have boldness and access with confidence through faith in him. It's not timid. It's not probationary. It is bold. It is confident, and you can go right in. And that's why Paul finishes Ephesians 3, verse 13 with, do not lose heart over his sufferings. Right? From a worldly view, Paul looks foolish. He's in prison. He doesn't even have to be there. But he's there because he's like, I am the freest person in the world because of the work that God has done in my life. And I'll finish with this. I kind of framed the whole message this week on the idea of why is it worth it to serve Jesus? And he gives 4 reasons, and I'll just sum it up. The first reason is the message is worth it. Grace is too good to keep quiet. The second reason, you are worth it. Grace dismantles both our pride and insecurity. You are so worth it. Number 3, the fellowship that we share is worth it. Not the hangout, but the fellowship that we live grace-filled, torn down walls together. Not uniformity, but unity. And then the 4th is the plan is worth it. God's eternal purpose is unfolding in the details of my life and in your life. He's fitting us together stone by stone. And so, long introduction, but you're going to have just a great time talking this stuff through now. Praying for you all. Enjoy the time.